Because, Conference, peace only comes through strength. Nobody wants the bloodshed to continue. Nobody, least of all the Ukrainians. But after everything that they have suffered, after everything that they have fought for, there can be no discussion about Ukraine without Ukraine, and the people of Ukraine must have a long-term secure future. And, Conference, I've seen firsthand the devastation Putin has caused. Just a few weeks ago, I was in Kyiv. I met soldiers in the burns unit of a hospital who fought on the front line of freedom. I spoke to children who are growing up under constant bombardment. Some of them, primary school age, have lost their parents to the conflict. I've been to Bucha, the town where Russian soldiers handcuffed civilians and shot them in the head in cold blood. Trust me, Conference, you don't forget a place like that. You don't forget the conversations that I had there. People who had to gather up the bodies of their friends, their family, their brothers and sisters, and wheel them into a mass grave using shopping trolleys. You don't forget things like that. But mark my words, what I have seen only makes me more determined to stand up for Ukraine, to put them in the best possible position and make sure they have the security and the hope that they need. And look, we can be proud that we stood up. I'm proud of the thousands of British families who opened their homes to fleeing Ukrainians. I'm proud that the yellow and light blue flutters on village halls the length and breadth of these islands. And I'm proud that we've shown once again that we are a nation that will not be cowed by threats or tyranny. But as we enter a new phase in this conflict, we must now deepen our solidarity even further. It's not just moral urgency that demands this. It's also in our national interest. Russia already menaces our waters, our online spaces, even at times our streets. And the economic insecurity that the conflict has caused, the rising bills, cost of living crisis, that will only continue unless we have a resolution that is fair and stable for Ukraine. This is one of the great lessons of our history. Instability in Europe always washes up on our shores. And this is a generational moment. I've been saying for some time that we Europeans, including the United Kingdom, have to do more for our defence and security. The US is right about that. In this new era, we can't cling on to the comforts of the past. It's time to take responsibility for our security, our continent. And I'm clear that Britain will take a leading responsibility. We have to be ready to play our role if a force is required in Ukraine once a peace agreement is reached. And we have to be ready to reshape our economy with industrial policy, to stand up for Ukraine, to stand up for Europe, but most of all, to stand up for our security, because Ukraine is vital to us.